We're here in the Stern Family Teaching Kitchen in the Blaze Bernstein School of Culinary Arts, and Happy New Year, everyone! So today we're going to talk about protein powders, and I think this is one of Coach Robbin's favorite subjects to talk about. So first of all, I'm going to go through a recipe with you. We're going to make an easy granola, and we're going to add to that the protein powder. And then while that's baking in the oven, Robbin's going to talk to us about the different protein powders and about these little protein balls as well. So for the granola, we have all the ingredients here. And this one we're going to put everything into a bowl. So we have the rolled oats. And it's important to use the rolled oats, not the quick oats. Okay, so we have those. We're going to add pepitas. Pepitas are pumpkin seeds. Nice and green. They're going to add some color to it. We're going to add coconut flakes. And it's important here to use unsweetened coconut. So try and find it that it's not sweetened. We don't want it to have the extra sugars on it. We're going to put buckwheat. And then this is the bag of the buckwheat that I got. You can get it in some stores, or you can also get it in bulk in some stores like Sprouts sometimes. Sometimes, not this time. I chopped up some almonds, and here we have the almonds with the skin. I got them whole and I just chopped them up. I keep my almonds in the freezer. And that way they stay fresh for longer. So you don't have to get just a little bit and have them go stale in the closet. I just keep them in the freezer, and when I want to use them, I just take them up and chop them. We have the protein powder. This is 1 scoop of the protein powder. We have maple syrup, a little bit of cinnamon. Here we have, it's stuck. Coconut oil, so it is solid in the jar, and I melted it before we added it. And I'm just going to take a pinch of salt. We're going to add that, stir it all together. And then once it's all mixed together, put it in the oven, 325 until it's nice and golden. All right, and now we're off to Robbin.
Drum roll. So we're going to talk about protein powders. There are so many choices to choose from. So typically when I'm working with a client, they're training, I'll always touch base on nutrition. So what do you plan to eat after our session? What did you have before our session? So that they're living in a way that, they're eating in a way that supports the lifestyle that they're adding into their life. So if they're new to training, they have to make sure that there's enough calories and also proteins to support the recovery and tissue regeneration and muscle protein synthesis that'll build the muscle for them. So when it comes to protein supplements, I always recommend getting your sources of protein from food first. Actually, in the beginning of this year, Harvard Medical published a research paper saying they investigated 135 protein supplement brands and found that each one of them had over 100 toxins in them. So that goes to show you that if you're supplementing, there can be things like lead and arsenic inside the supplements. So if you have a food choice, get the food choice, and obviously choose the food that's of highest quality, so organic or wild-caught fish or grass-fed beef. Those are your choices that you'll gravitate towards because they're better for you. I usually say if it's not organic, right, what is it sprayed with? It's pesticide, herbicide, suicide, right? It's not good for you. So, and then when we're going into supplements, the next thing that I always recommend, since I work with some athletes, is to choose supplements that are NSF certified or USP sealed. So you'll see on the brands, they'll have that little seal on them. Unfortunately, these two do not. These two protein powders do not. But what's great about one of them, if you read this one says nutrition facts, and this one says supplement facts. So the difference between those two already, this is higher grade compared to the supplement facts. because nutrition labels have to stay true and they are regulated by the FDA. However, supplements aren't really regulated by the FDA. We kind of just trust the person that's making it are doing good practices. So the second step would be to look for those seals that I mentioned. So NSF and USP. So if you're an athlete, you're going to get tested multiple times throughout your competitive season, and they're going to make sure that you're not using any banned substances. So that means it qualifies for high-level athletes, and if it qualifies for high-level athletes, I would recommend it to my clients as well. If it's something I will have, you could have it too. So I guess we selected protein powders. This is not completely necessary for anybody, right? Only if you're living a lifestyle where it's hard for you to get a lot of protein in. If you're already consuming as much as you can through your foods and you kind of need a little bit extra because you're training really hard, then this is when I would supplement it. Typically, you only need about 20% of your daily intake to come from protein. So for example, so you only need 0.8 grams per kilograms of your weight. So if someone's 150 pounds, they really only need 50 grams of protein per day. If we're talking about somebody that's around 180 pounds, they probably need 70 grams of protein a day. So if you're working out, a can of tuna after your workout is around 30 grams. So you're good already. What more do you need from this? You're probably gonna get it from your beans and legumes anyways, right? So anyways, a fun little recipe if you're a busy person and you can't get in those protein. I make protein balls, so I don't have the ingredients out, but it's really simple. You really just need 15 medjool dates, a little bit of nut butter, just a dash of milk, and then a little bit of rolled oats, and you pulse it for a little bit. Pink salt to bring out the flavors, and pink salt is amazing because it has really high minerals in it. And then you just grab it and you roll it into balls and you pop it into the fridge and you have it for the next few days as like a little snack, you know. It's a great pre-workout because there's like carbohydrates in it to give you energy as well. Yeah.
I actually have a question. Yeah. So talking more about the fitness part and if you are using it and supplementing. So is it better for you to use it before you work out, after you work out, or just at any point during the day?
That is a good question. So I guess it depends who. Okay, let's do a case study. So let's just talk about you. Okay. So when do you work out and?
It'll change. Either I work out first thing in the morning, or I'll work out during the day, or I work out just before I leave work.
Okay, let's pick the morning day workout one for you. So maybe a lot of people could relate to that. So you're working out early in the morning. What kind of workout is it? Are you resistance training? Are you jogging? What kind of activity is it?
It'll probably be either resistance, Pilates, or high intervals.
So she's not making this easy. It could be any of those. But let's say you always want to feel your body just a little bit beforehand, right? Like if she's saying she's working out in the morning, there are a lot of people who choose to work out fasted, and there's no negative effects to that. So fasting in the morning or intermittent fasting has been shown to promote protein synthesis as long as you're consuming the amount of calories that you need within the day. But most importantly, after your workouts, you want to consume at least some protein after your workout, right? So there are studies who emphasize at least 30 to 45 minutes after your workout. If you consume it then it's a good time to really allow the muscles to bring in the protein because there's insulin present as well. So physiologically, there's a benefit to consuming it within that window time frame, but there's not too much of a detriment like, oh no, I got to drive home as quickly as I can.
Right, but if you're going to be eating, then make sure you eat something with protein, or if you want to do something quick, then you have the protein powder, you don't have time to make something to eat, you can just mix that together and have that.
Exactly.
So it's good to have on hand if you need it, just in case. Do something quick if you need it. You don't necessarily have to use it every single day.
No, just a supplement. So, I mean, if you go back to the word supplement, it's to supplement the nutrition that you're missing. So hopefully you have a well-rounded nutrition, right?
Yeah. All right, so here we have a batch that I made ahead of time. It's missing the green pepitas, but we have it nice and golden.
I wish you guys could smell it. It smells so good.
Yeah. delicious. And you can add that to anything. I think you can have it with a little bit of yogurt. You can have it on your acai bowls or anything else that we've done here in the past. If anyone has any questions, let us know. If you have a topic that you want us to talk about, we're here pretty much every other week. We'd be happy to talk about it. And I hope everyone has a great new year. And 2021 should be a much better year.